Complexity, and for a second, let them think that they could win one.
Yeah, I know.
Only to take it all back, Mo. Map 1 in the back pocket of Vitality. A great chance for Complexity out of the gate with both pistols, with conversion. You know, on paper, the formula for a win on Inferno, the map choice of their opponents, was right there for the taking.
Indeed, it was. They had everything they needed to begin the game. Vitality got better as they should have been, but they still could have lost because Complexity showed their T side was still there. But, you know, it's not a joke when I'm like, you know, this game's going double overtime when we're 20 rounds into the game, because that is what happens for some reason every time, like clockwork with this team. And now that they don't have Inferno, and it was so within their grasp, and they clearly were well prepared for it, are they going to get mad again?
Yeah, I really like that Moses was giving the shout out to TC in the post-game wrap-up, right? It felt like the game plan was certainly in place.
So good.
Now, you know, James IRL one time too. The staff is there trying to cook up a storm, and Complexity barreling through the original defenders of the A play. Elige, early kill. If he can get early success on map 2, you know, I don't put it past Elige to just be able to wipe away whatever the hell that Inferno performance was and come in with impact on Vertigo. And he was instrumental to the success of Complexity versus Heroic in that best of 1 on Vertigo to get to that 2-0 point. So in this pistol, it looks like all 3 pistols thus far in the series have Complexity's name stamped on them.
That's a nice stat to have. Sometimes sort of like, okay, well, can they do more than that? But you got to start with the pistols. It's a great sign when you can win versus the best pistoling player in ZywOo.
Okay, they're trying to take USPs away. Damn you and your kit. There's a smile. Nice to see. Little wrist workout.
I mean, he is going to live forever. That's one thing. So
yes,
you might have to work on the emotions and stuff like that, but he has forever to do it.
You know, I have a hunch that Elige maybe has already lived forever.
Oh my God. Okay, yes.
He has been here from the dawn of time.
Oh, just like get Botox every few years?
Not even.
Oh, okay.
He is the eternal, the forever.
I thought that was James.
No, that's the Einstein. The time wizard. The freak of nature. Careful, boys. You've got pistols in this B site. mezii loves to upend executes into B. This will be his bomb site all map long if you let him have his way. JT welcomes it. Oh, there you have it!
Oh my God.
2 kills out of mezii, exactly what Vitality need to have anything in this round at all. Apex, Deagle shots towards middle could have really been the next level of Vitality's success. Instead, CT's separated, but the second is inbound. Elige wasting no time into the A play to just guarantee bomb plant and what should be the conversion again.
Yeah, that's a very clean one. That was a nice play from mezii. And I gotta say, I mean, I think we see great moments from mezii, definitely, but he's no Magisk, and I think that's still the case. And that will be the biggest sort of issue for Vitality. It's like they can sort of afford to have one of flamezii and mezii kind of show their sort of rookie status on the roster in moments if they're surrounded by these vets and these top players. But when it comes to closing out big events, tier 1 lands, majors, things like that, I think when you think about how, you know, Magisk has just left this team within the last year, and that mezii is filling that role specifically when it comes to anchoring. You know, you kind of are. There's a lot of demand with what you need from him. Now, it's not like they cut Magisk, right? He left, so they had to find somebody, and that was an interesting guy to grab. And I do like it. I've only heard really good things about mezii as a teammate. I've heard he's really good at learning. He knows so many nades. He's like willing to play sort of every role. He's like a jack of all trades. So all of that is fine. But I mean, the experience and
he really
level
is a player
that just brings is obviously very high.
He's a player that's good at everything, but might not be great at this particular role. But my God, he'll take up the responsibility. You know, he's a very selfless player. We have to give him that. Yeah. Willing to do whatever.
He's the nicest guy in Brummy, is what I've heard. I've also heard that's not a very high bar. I don't know how I've been there.
I don't know anybody from Brummie. Doesn't sound like a nice place. It's not quite Oxfordshire. Elimination floppy Halzerk, all too easy here versus Pistols. So Complexity, this is 3 Launders. Count them up. 3 pistol round wins, 3 3-0 starts to each half that we have had so far in this series.
Damn, really?
Yes,
yeah,
sir. And if I were to tell you that, you'd think to yourself, oh, and this is also a team that was 2-0. Well, surely we're talking about a top 8 team.
Yeah.
Surely they've made it to playoffs. That sounds like the formula. Nope, because it's Complexity.
It's Complexity, baby. Doesn't matter how many pistols. They could win 3 pistols in one game and still make it to overtime. At least on Inferno, I think the only real tragedy that happened was that one round with a bomb. Actually, when the Halzerk misses with the op. And Elimination going 9. Okay, anyways. I really, for a second, when I first thought of that, was like that one round running away with the bomb. But other than that, Vitality played extremely well and made that hard as hell to actually close out. So we can definitely give them a lot of credit.
They were trying to go for the boost bottom B, but when they missed the first jump up, they decide not to go for second attempts. Nice walkout from Grim here. He's got timing on this B site. Oh, back's turned.
Massive.
Big one for Grim. He'll nail the first spray down. Pressure on mezii, who can't turn fast enough to stop that 3-man push up from the B ramp. Now, the flank is compromised. If Vitality decide to throw something at this retake attempt, it will include the base of B in their control. We get forward presence from Complexity's post plant. Apex on high alert and confirming that that forward spot is held. JT having to deal with the flash, but a great crosshair snap back to where it needs to be. And the pressure falls on the other members of Vitality to come in through the smoke with an additional layer now thrown up. So feels like this one goes from bad to worse for Vitality, and yet getting better every round for Complexity.
Yeah. You know what I hate? There's like some big series, like the FaZe versus Complexity Sydney. There was like Virtus Pro Complexity at one of the RMRs. There was like or not the RMRs, but in a stage of the major, like all of these very close games, and there's always that overtime map, then a very good map for Complexity, and then they just lose the third.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they could have 2-0'd at one point, of course, but they can't because their Complexity has to go to overtime. And I just hate that. Like, you can almost see that. Like, if we, the people who aren't even on the team, feel that way just watching it, how much of a cross is that to bear for Complexity, who have to wake up every day and live it, and to know that that was in their past, and they're just so consistently good at doing that, which is like, and how do you even do that?
You will never get those moments back. You will never get a second chance at tournaments that have passed. You got to live with that.
You will never get Sydney back.
Scarred tissue for Complexity to deal with, but this round, it's a hard-hitting Complexity up the ramp into majority pistols. And that is one thing that I think Complexity have done a good job of, is not falling victim to these sorts of rounds, because if we want to lay it on thick to like the heartbreak and misery of Complexity's constant Counter-Strike endeavors, some of these rounds also end up going their opponent's way. This one looking good. They'll take Spinks out of the bomb site. They know about mezii. Rotators come through with the AK, but surely ZywOo can't kill everybody, right?
He's gonna
surely
die now.
Right.
Okay.
Elimination gives the cover from short, makes sure they lock this in with 2.
And in the Complexity story, the other uncomfortable thing is, and it's not necessarily this roster's cross to bear, but it does come with the territory of being a Complexity player, and that's that of all the NA teams, you have Cloud9 winning the major, Liquid winning many, many trophies, including getting the Grand Slam, EG getting New York. Complexity are the only NA roster that don't have a Tier 1 victory, a Tier 1 LAN victory ever.
Ugh.
I think
that makes my heart hurt.
Yeah.
Just, and as a North American, as a fan of Jason
and they've
Lake,
been there since the beginning.
20 years of Counter-Strike.
Well,
man.
I can't go back before CSGO personally.
Sure. Yeah, but even if it did happen 20 years ago, that's too far gone, We gotta...
So...
They need one.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's the other thing
they're getting closer.
We're looking for is basically their time. Like maybe NA doesn't get an era with Liquid, they get the Grand Slam, but maybe they don't do it with Cloud9, but they get the major.
Hello. Goodbye.
Complexity Sydney, that would have been the first one. They're looking for one like that. Maybe we could start with a major. That'd be fine.
Like Gambit.
Exactly, exactly.
Nice active play from Apex top middle. You know, if there was anything left.
This will be a hard round to lose here for Apex. He's got the flank, 3 players here ready to exact. How much time can they spend looking behind them?
Ah, another boost.
Oh, another one, man. Just running into these stacks.
Aha! Free for the taking. JT will give 1 kill back, but he is but a one-man army. And I've heard those don't work out too well. Not much of an army at all. Still packing a punch, 2 kills to his name, but it is Vitality's first on the board. 3 players up. Very active as well with the flank, with Spinks being pressed close wood, making sure that Complexity can't just climb over top that wood wall, which has seemingly been a feature of their approaches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's usually 2 layers to it.
Hey, wait, where did their jerseys go?
Huh? That was for the first day only.
That's it?
Yeah. They can put them back on if they get to playoffs.
Okay, they get a taste of it.
I like that.
That's
Keep
like
it fresh.
You got to try armored vehicles for a week in Helldivers.
Yeah.
You can unlock it later.
The taste of mechs.
Okay, let's see if we can unlock some. Damn, that's too bad.
Some heavy firepower.
That was a cool thing to see, though.
What do you mean, Launders? They've always worn these jerseys. What are you talking about?
No. They were definitely wearing the old school.
Oh.
Ooh. Nice. Smoke gets blown open, but sometimes it bites back. In that situation, might have been the T's doing it in the first place, but see that coming in for the CT side as well. Well. Virtually the same start that we got on Inferno. How impressive is that?
We all know how that one went. Zywoo. Yeah. Not going to let Grim get into mid. Zywoo not wasting any time in this second map. Was cold at the start of Inferno, much like Elimination.
Damn, these rotations are serious. I think they're just like... They really expected Zywoo to come back to A, maybe.
Yeah, there's some certainty behind this one, huh, from Vitality?
Yeah, they feel very good about this.
A lot of boost back sight nowadays on A. Ooh! Hulzerk survives the shots.
Ooh, nice one.
Gets in with his second. Smoke wall, half of it. Flashes at a scope on the gap. A walk up short. The barrel in the shadow gives him away. JT snaps over as Hulzerk gives the cover he has to. mezii off the top ramp. Clears the player. Off ramp. Third kill from mezii.
He's got them all again.
A crash. He crashed.
Wait, what happened?
The last player ramp crashed out of the game.
Wait, was that just an outline?
I swear
they would have paused, right? Sure.
I swear there was a player coming up ramp. I mean, I don't want to say anything. I might be wrong.
There was an outline, obviously, so...
Where's Floppy in all this? Look at Floppy. He's still alive. And he never died.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
He crashed in the 1v1?
No,
okay.
Yeah, it was just an outline.
Holy hell.
Haha, you fell for it.
Oh, my God.
You fell for it.
Oh, okay. Elise crashed and came back.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So his outline stayed on the screen.
I see.
Whoa, dude. I just had a roller coaster of emotions, man.
Well, he was 9 and 20, you know, so we got the ghost of Elimination.
Oh, dude. I was just in a different universe from everybody else for a second.
Well, you pulled me in.
Welcome to the dark side.
Nasty 1v3, though, from mezii, man.
I know.
My God.
Glorious.
Yeah.
Glorious. God damn. Nice cover, too, right? Just getting himself in, minimizing behind box, dealing with the flank from top mid. Just read him like a book, really.
Mm-hmm. He was actually low HP as well.
Let's see if you can queue up anything else, because, again, I have high expectations for mezii on B. Full-blown exec. No challenge on the front of steps, so there's a lot of space for Complexity. Spinks and mezii content to just lean back and let them come into the attack. Elimination, it's a double.
Whoa.
The nades went deep to stop the bomb cross. Luckily for Complexity, Elimination has kept them in this.
Oh, they missed their molly.
Not ideal. Nades come out. Elimination survives it. And as he looks over top of orange box. He will hide on quad and let Halzerk walk forward. Third defender is Grim back on the ramp if needed. The insurance policy of this 3v3, there is still great utility for this retake out of Vitality. Here it comes. Molly, though, burning on Tetris, so Elish can hold on to his position, and he's got Halzerk to offer up a double. ZywOo into the 1v2, but the time is against him. The time is so far gone, and Halzerk's gonna post 3 frags off green.
12-2 is Halzerk in this game. And again, it was the early start for Halzerk on Inferno as well. A big reason why they had that hot start, why they won the pistol in the first place. And his opening duels overall have been amazing. It's so bittersweet with him sometimes, but you see moments like this, you're okay. He's right there to cover his teammates, playing the trade, hitting great shots. Round 9 rolls in, Vitality broke. Spent all their money re-signing ZywOo.
Making that throne of gold.
Worth it, though.
Yeah, that shot is sick. Elish in the short. Versus just these pistols. Vitality starting to fumble on this map. Apex in the chaos of it all. ZywOo, he's been given a great chance. It's 3 separate Deagle kills. Always in their back pocket.
Oh my God.
We get a round like this from Vitality.
No, that's how they open the door. Don't let him have this one complexity. It was going so well. Man, space getting closed off on them with double push out of B. No one watching this, hoping that, well, they're split up. Oh, I think Grim is obviously in jeopardy. He's coming back to clear this. That's nice, but there's 2 CTs here, and 1 gets the kill.
Halzerk off to such a fantastic start in this second map. God, it's going to be a tough task to get the bomb back. First swing! Oh! Second headshot, all Halzerk!
And he goes unspotted. He can get the bomb, get away. CT trying to figure out what he's trying to do, running back and forth to get it. But he's running the entire way. Flamesy can definitely cut him off by walking. And he's going to full commit as well.
He's got flashes. If he gives himself that for maybe the first challenge, maybe it can open the door for the cross. But he wants gun out. Looking for the duel. Oh. No, sir. Flamesy doesn't waste a second. It's a great attempt from Halzerk to even get bomb back, but Vitality across the board take a bow. Those Deagle kills from everyone.
Yeah, no kidding. And that was like a 2021 play right there. Apex in between the 2 smokes, pushing down as the IGL on the ramp on CT side. Jesus, the fact that he got that kill. The double push was well played. Great spray from Halzerk, but an excellent angle from Flamesy to make that a safe lockdown. At Halzerk, you know, if you have a lot of time, you walk that entire flank because you can just get it cut off so much faster by the CT above you. But it was down to 26 seconds. He wouldn't have been able to walk much more. The GOAT versus ZywOo.
Looks more like a sheep.
I would wear his hair.
Okay.
That mane.
Keep this guy away from the players. Mac 10, look at this charge. Oh, they want one back, huh? A little ferocious pace from Complexity, not letting Vitality sink in to this streak of rounds all too easily. Floppy and Grim to try and challenge back, and they are doing it in this bomb site. The straight up aggression with Mac 10 and pistols, but a nice active play around short side here. Mezii is looking to chop off the 2, and he will catch them in the open, potentially blindsiding Grim. Sure enough, Floppy hoping to just plant bomb at that point, but Spink swiftly over top, and Vitality bouncing back.
Yeah, they're real sharp with the timings at which they're pushing. Definitely catching Complexity off guard. There goes their money with that. Damn. It's hard to turn it into a new story when it feels like it's the same story emerging again.
Yep.
So Complexity will have to wait for a rifle round to get back control of this half. Of course, the last 2 rounds now.
You could try to... Oh,
yes.
Hold up.
That's his 16th kill, I believe.
Oh no, Floppy steps back into the fire. You know, you can try to weave a different story, but at the end of the day, it's all too familiar if you're a Complexity fan.
Yeah.
This curse seemingly always comes to fruition, and a round where they just don't have enough to get through. If mezii was a lesser man, he would have let them in, but makes sure that the boost goes down, burns the second one, and holds on to the B site with ease. Vitality looking to tie up this game.
Yeah, they will definitely try. It started out 5-1 here for Complexity. And certainly a good chance they can make it 7-5. But it has been 5 out of the last 6 rounds won for Vitality.
Even despite this awesome showing out of Halzerk. You know, you get a star performance coming through from Complexity. And if Grim's gonna take it up a notch in the final round of the half, then Cole could still finish with that 2-round lead. It's just a matter of hanging on 5v4 in the face of some utility. Back into this boost, this consistency of pressure onto B site. Floppy will be caught climbing over, but not killed. Floppy's gonna try to charge in. mezii, the anchor of anchors in this B site, keeping himself in cover so well. But Elige will drop him. Halzerk's here to help out. ZywOo, wow. Taken apart by Elige, and then we're gonna get that slow activation out of middle, so Grim is coming in to try and strike the kill down, and as bullets whiz by him, Flamesy nearly reacts, but a 2-round lead in the end, all thanks to that hot 5-round start.
Yes, and Halzerk's 17 frags. Wasn't even his fault on the eco. He almost brought that clutch back from a 1v3. I'll pause before we get into the pistol round. And at least we can say for Complexity, they're going toe-to-toe. At least, you know, I mean, maybe they give up leads, but it's natural when you're facing a team that's as good as Vitality. At least they are playing close to them in all these situations. And if we removed all their past history and all the tragedies, which they should as well, then you kind of just hope, well, maybe the tide's turned now. Let's just see. At least the CS looks really good. And Elige is having a better game. I think that's important. As much as it's important for everyone else to play well, it's important for Elige to play well all the time.
Uh-oh. Floppy hears this one.
That's a lot of feet.
Yep. A headstrong Vitality charge. Floppy just stays tucked behind green, as do his enemies. Just feet from one another. Flamesy, double headshot, can't get the third. It's Elige to respond right back. But now you've got ZywOo leaning on the P250, and he is so clean with this pistol. Not to mention Elige taken down to a quarter health. So Halzerk's gonna have to keep on doing the heavy lifting. And as he gets a chance versus ZywOo, they're gonna boost on construction, an angle that could definitely catch a player off. But they have to unravel it, now pushing inwards. Halzerk's on the reload. mezii chooses not to go swinging. Just looking to hang on. He will with Elige. And a snap back over to Halzerk. A 180 spin for second pistol.
Yeah, that's disgusting from the rookies. Both Flamesy and mezii putting in their efforts. And good fight back from Elige with his 2 P2K kills, but it wasn't enough to sustain after the bomb went down. And there was so much pressure in the post plant to get things going. Great shots out of mezii, man.
Nice tap from ZywOo too.
Yeah.
So finally, Vitality pick up a pistol round. A golden opportunity to tie this game at 7 as Complexity get gimmicky on A ramp. Not looking to waste any time here. JT setting up flashes. Man, they're in the right position. Flash only finds the one, and the pistols take 2 kills. All things considered, it ain't half bad. USP almost getting Apex over the line, but we are all tied up thanks to second pistol going the way.
I love those moments. They're so cinematic. It's like dead silent. You see one flash go through the air. Everyone starts fighting.
Death and destruction on the A ramp. It's so cinematic, I usually just keep staring at the flashbangs.
Oh, I hope that's a smoke.
It never is. See what Complexity CT side has to say. Early contact.
Perfect swing.
And it is Grim's duel to win. Multiple bodies out middle. Elish almost caught there, but still doing a good job of keeping himself in the cover so that he can keep his nades out. He'll lose his support. Smoked off on elevator. Elish trying to hang on here. Grim, oh!
Dude, and that molly.
What a shot.
Forward.
Spinks gives the cover necessary. Floppy picks up one. The CT challenge has gotten through, and that's going to catch him off.
Okay.
ZywOo snaps back into the spawn. Man advantage for Cole nonetheless. Floppy has held off the front side of this site, and as he calls JT back into spawn, ZywOo is creeping away from all this. JT, though, will stop the bomb in its tracks, and Floppy posts a multi-frag to get Cole's lead right back.
That was a real crazy situation. I actually love the molly that they used on Elijah sort of on the fly, but you know he's going to go up on the jump up to watch Heaven in that spot, and he's the rifler that keeps the structure in for the CT side, so awkward moment where he had to run back through it, but he managed to survive, get his first kill, and just bought lots of time for all the smokes come up and the plans to show themselves here for Vitality. 8-7, that's lead maintained. And we have that single rifle on ZywOo.
Just waiting. Oh, just patient as needed. Nice grenade.
Wow.
Flamesy.
That's a pretty massive gap. You know, that molly was trusted. So I was definitely waiting for that moment. That's a good tactic right there.
Don't give him runway. See, the thing is, too, is Floppy's taking this backwards angle, right? So it's a lot of space for this whole pack of Vitality players to go forth. Spinks just keeping mid honest.
Oh, no.
Elish.
Wait, does this get cleared?
He's not going to check it. Spinks wastes no moment. It is all on Floppy. They are coming at him. And luckily, he's got a smoke to work with. They don't push through after the flash, though.
Yeah, they found a new opportunity because Spinks is alive with a gun in sort of a lurking position. And just more T's getting guns here.
Apex awaits a challenge. Grim just trying to get the first kill as Floppy holds flash out on quad. Grim, there they are, front sight. Oh, he gets them both. And then Floppy activates.
Oof, okay.
It's a recovery mission from Complexity as things get sketchy. All kicked off with the solo ZywOo AK. But there's still time if Spinks wants to throw the Hail Mary at this. It's him who caught Elysian spawn. And he knows where they're at. Just enough time to justify the challenge. Grim and Floppy gotta be content with that.
Definitely. And do want to give a lot of credit to Complexity for their anti-strat in map 1 on Inferno. Every tactic was perfect. All their peaks seemed according to what nades were coming their way, and they were always right. Easy shots being hit. Same thing for Vitality right here to set up this round. I mean, the way that ZywOo was sitting with conviction in the back of main behind the molly as soon as Halsrick peaks, and then they read on a round where they have no utility or anything, guns to work with, that Elish is going to push through mid, and Spinks has this very specific angle to hold it on, doesn't move. That almost fell into their lap.
Guns right back out. That's audio given over. Halsrick knows that they have run through fire. And he gets tagged down. Great flashbang. Gives JT all he needs to go swinging out. He'll take a second down and burnt to a crisp. But man advantage maintained, deep position out of Elish. Oh my god. Okay. A battle of millimeters that Elish comes out on top of, looking for revenge from the last round. It looks like Vitality are going to walk out top middle in a 2v4. Eyes on it, thanks to Floppy. Freed up by that deep position from Elimination earlier on.
They're going for the boost.
This is definitely something that could blindside Floppy. Sure enough, walks right back into it.
The smoke is early. No CT can fight against it.
I think it went too deep.
Oh, Elimination will throw his nade. Now they know exactly where he's standing.
He's looking to hang on, but no, Spinks. A second headshot in this 2v4.
Oh man, a nade right there. They're exploding mid. They thought they maybe would go slowly.
Grim has managed to get past Apex with nades out. Grim ahead of all this. The retake already being found.
Okay.
And it's nothing out of Apex. All he did was carry that bomb and plant it for Spinks. This would be 4 kills from Spinks in the 2v4. He keeps his head down, jumps up,
okay,
and gets slain by Grim, who in back-to-back rounds on this B site has something to be proud of.
Saved the day for sure. Protected Floppy, recovered in the 2v2. Apex was a little lost in that moment, I think. Didn't realize someone could have snuck through the smoke. Yeah, very haphazard with the utility and the peaks coming down in multiple situations right there. Ends up going the way of complexity, though, when they need it. A round that was not supposed to be close. 2-on-4. Another single rifle setup here. What's the idea this time?
ZywOo go kill. And if they're lucky, Spinks will do the same.
Just going to the same spot.
Careful. ZywOo's headhunting.
If he finds another kill in this exact same place.
Well, Halzerk's looking for where he was last time, but he's a little bit wider. Bad Molotov from the CTs. That's wasted utility, but JT still with more grenades to throw. There's the challenge and the mowdown. Halzerk and JT locking down ramp.
That's sweet. And that's what ZywOo was looking for, that they're going to be adamant about getting control in that specific way. And ZywOo went to wait for it.
And as mezii comes through smoke looking for a weapon, he'll be spotted and dealt with. A full house on the A ramp.
This one doesn't feel like it's going to double overtime. What do you think?
Sometimes they don't feel that way until they do.
And they still do.
No, you are dead on. I think this second half has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think this is complexity.
And they're winning like that.
But then I said it out loud.
They're winning the coin flips.
But now I said it out loud.
You did. Now you're in a different thread of existence.
Yeah, I teleported back into that alternate dimension.
The one where Elimination crashed.
Yeah. Well, he did crash, but he reconnected, I was
Only
told.
in your version. I didn't see it.
No, I was told by production.
I know, I'm just trolling
okay.
you.
Stop. Well, then, yeah.
It's a psyop. You actually looked legit nervous for a second. That never happened.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Round 19. This is where we'll know. This is where we'll know. It's a very solid buy, better for complexity. And at 12-7...
Gaslighting's funny when there's an audience. Again, it is responsibility in the hands of Halzerk and JT on the ramp. And again, it is ZywOo on a similar angle. Funny enough, no ops dueling, right? We've got Halzerk and ZywOo here, and it's just rifles every round. Dangerous games from both sides.
It's true. He would just get ops, right?
Usually.
Yeah. So, it's a handshake. They both know what they're looking for.
Yep, and there's more bodies here for the defense.
Well, that works out quite well.
And then you have to ask yourself, was the risk worth it? You've now lost ZywOo, and that's just going to unleash Halzerk. With ZywOo dead, he decides he can dominate the territory, jump out of Floppy at a deep nade to try and finish mezii. Huge shadow advantage for Halzerk. He's queued up the kill to Spinks, and this is Complexity's 12th, guaranteed.
Wow.
This time they will have 5 map points.
Yes, they will. 5 map points in the cleanest second half so far.
But how many will it take to close?
How many will it take to close?
Age-old question.
Different question. Totally different question.
Would it be the first, second, nor third map of their major run that they secured a 12th only to go to OT?
You know what's so funny about that? When it was 16 rounds, they were still masters at getting 15. When it's 13 rounds, they're masters at getting 12.
because it's
Let's
all
break the curse
mental.
complexity. Let's do it now.
Apex looking to get ahead of the smoke. Not as much of a challenge from the CTs, so Vitality crawl forward.
Oh, yeah.
JT ready. Ooh, even while somewhat blind. Zywoo is working with the Galil of all things, so this is a desperate one from Vitality. This is a different story than Inferno.
Very different. I'm curious to get the Matthew take. Like, we've got a very sort of like good balance of bias right now with Matthew and Moses on the desk, us casting, and like his emotions leaning that way. Like, I want to know what this game looked like from his perspective. Is he going to rail him for not playing well, or is he going to say Complexity played well? Because I'm seeing Complexity play well.
I think it's hard for Maniac to say either of those things. He'll be very Swiss and land somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, true. Forgot about that.
Floppy's got a nice deep angle here, but Zywoo cracks it open.
Wait a second.
With a Galil of all things. We said, how many of these rounds would it take to shut Vitality down? 5 to play with. And Elige saw you quad. Will not waste the moment. With Zywoo down, the chances start to slip away.
These are two good players to have.
We had a great clutch from mezii earlier on, but now he's down for the count, and a struggling Spinx in a 1v3 with all of Complexity charging at him. A third map needed. Complexity rebound, a sigh of relief after a heartbreaking loss back on Inferno. Vertigo, very much theirs.
And that's a map that you do leave with. So if it was like a one-round game, then who knows how they feel going into map 3. But